Have you, a family member, or someone you cared very deeply about been judged simply because of their mental health disorder? Hello, class. Today I will be discussing about the stigmatization of mental health and how it can be avoided in the near future. The first question we must ask ourselves is, what is a stigma? Merriam-Webster elaborates this as a set of negative and often unfair beliefs that a society or group of people have about something. These can often be associated with the race of Muslims and terrorists, that some people may find to be uncomfortable around these people as they may be afraid they might plan an attack. The same could also be said for victims of mental health disorders, as most people believe that victims are either untreatable and they are broken. The other question that we must ask ourselves is, what is a mental health disorder? Merriam-Webster Plus elaborates this as conditions that affect your thinking, feeling, mood, and behavior. The many but main factors that can cause stigmas of mental health disorders are stereotypes. Simply Psychology elaborates this as a fixed overgeneralized belief about a particular group or class of people. When we connect stigma and stereotypes, we see that there are many of these examples being used against victims of mental health disorders, even in the medical field today. In order to avoid future stigmas of mental health disorders, future medical personnel should be educated on this topic and the many disorders that are associated with this and how it can affect certain individuals differently. Another factor that can attribute to this as well is that talking about one's mental health may be an explicit subject in another religion or culture as well. Now I will share some statistics on this subject. Doctors of the Journal of Muslim Mental Health reported that experiencing a stigma due to a relative with mental health illness, with substantial minorities reporting that other community members would not marry into their family because of the mental illness. The number of people that said they would not marry into that family were 36.5%. A general population survey in the UK in 2003 reported that 25% of people for severe depression, 29% of people for alcoholism, and 42% for schizophrenia said that these people would not fully recover from those mental health illnesses. These statistics show that there is a general public stigma of people who are affected day by day with mental health disorders. Another main factor that can contribute to this problem is social media. While social media can be a great platform to discuss mental health, it can also have damaging effects on young people, especially young women and teenagers as well. Social media can often set unrealistic beauty standards that women may find to be achievable, and this can cause many mental health disorders such as anorexia, bulimia, and purging disorder as well. These are statistics on how social media can contribute to mental health disorders. Pew Research Center reports that 69% of adults and 81% of teenagers in the U.S. use social media. This puts a large amount of the population at an increased risk of feeling anxious or depressed or ill over their social media use. National surveys reported that heavy social media use has caused a 25% increase in suicide attempts among teenagers between 2009 and 2017. Another study reported that there was a decline in mental health with a 37% increase of a major depressive episode among adolescents. Another 2018 study found that high school student social media usage increases feelings of loneliness rather than decreasing those feelings as well. As shown by these statistics, it is clear that prolonged exposure to social media can increase the chance of developing mental health disorders and also may increase the likelihood of someone unfortunately attempting suicide. In conclusion, I believe that all of this can be treated by simply educating young people about the effects of mental health, and not only educating them, but also educating future medical personnel on the topic at hand.